Welcome everybody. Today we're going to take a look at the edge guide right here that attaches to the Dremel plunge router base. The purpose of this guide is to create cuts like a groove that are parallel to the edge of your workpiece. So if that sounds interesting, let's get going. And by the way, my name is James and this is Homestyle Woodcrafts. This is the Dremel plunge router base, and it turns your Dremel high-speed rotary tool into a plunge router. If you're interested in learning more about that, check out this video I did about the plunge router base. I'll put a link in the upper part of the screen here so you can check that out. And then it's to this that the edge guide will attach. Here are the parts to the edge guide. There are 2 bolts and 2 nuts, 2 posts, and the edge guide. So the way it works is the posts will fit in these holes right here, and then the other end of the post will fit into the plunge router assembly, and then these are inserted like so with the bolts underneath, and that kind of clamps the post down into the edge guide. This is a backside view of the edge guide, and this is where the nuts go, and they fit down into this little space to kind of hold them in place. And this is what it looks like when they're in there. And I can tell you when your fingers are cold, it's kind of hard to get them in there. Once it's in there though, just put your finger on it, turn this over, and then you can screw the bolt in. Now that I have both of these installed, we can put the posts in. Now it doesn't really matter if you put the posts in to the guide first or to the plunge router first, but we'll just do this now. We'll just slide these in. They're pretty snug. And there you have it. So here's the edge guide assembled. And now to attach it to the plunge router base, you just slide it through the holes on the straight edge side of the base right here. And then you'll notice over here, there's 2 more holes it fits in. And you'll make sure these are loosened up. And then just tighten them up. And that's the installation. The next thing you want to do is line up the edge guide so that it will help guide your cut on the workpiece. So what I have done, I've just made a mark on my wood right here, which is where I want the groove to be. So now I'm going to set the guide to make the cut that distance from the edge of the workpiece. I'm just going to put this on here. And then I've got these backside bolts loose, so I can make the adjustment from that side, and these are just stay in place. And then I'm going to move this and lower the plunge router until it's okay. So that's about where I want it. So I'm just going to reach back to the back side here and tighten those bolts down. So now it will make that groove where I want it, parallel to the edge of the workpiece. If you like to make projects, if you enjoy using tools, if you want to learn more tips and tricks for around the shop, then I hope you'll consider subscribing to this channel and setting your notifications so that you know when we publish a video. Okay, so the next step is to actually demonstrate cutting a piece of wood using the edge guide. I'm going to do it several times from different angles so you get a good look at how it works. Make sure you take the appropriate measures to protect your eyes, your ears, your lungs, and your fingers. I like my fingers way better than I like any of my projects. Here was the first cut. and it's okay. I started out a little rough. Overall, it's pretty straight, kind of ended rough. And this was the second cut, and I feel like this one's better. I started off better, and again, it's pretty straight. There's a little jog here, and I think that's where the wood moved on me. Here was my last cut, though, and it looks pretty good. There's a little jog here at the front and the end, but overall, it's a good cut. I'm pleased with the results, and what this suggests to me is that with more practice, then I would get better. Okay, everybody, it's time for a review. Well, the edge guide did what it's supposed to do, which is to help me cut a groove parallel to the edge of the workpiece, and it did a fine job. I cut 3 grooves, and I feel like I got better with each one, which suggests to me that as I get more experience, I'll get better results. One suggestion I would make is, and this is true in all woodworking, make sure the workpiece is secure and you get better results. And it's safer too. If you have any experience with the edge guide, I'd love to hear about it in the comments. Thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll see you next time.